We're back at Enterprise Connect 2013 in Orlando, Florida, and I've got the privilege of having a chat with Andy Asava from GENBAND. He's the Senior VP of Enterprise Sales. Now, Andy, in a few sentences, what would you say is the heart of GENBAND?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me here. GENBAND has been around for 8 years. We are a $500 million plus company. We got 600 customers globally. We've got 68 enterprise customers. We got operations in 60 countries. So GENBAND's pedigree is really to provide carrier-grade, high availability solutions. When we talk about true 99.999% availability for unified communications and session border controller technology to our enterprise customers, whether it's on-prem or it could be delivered from the cloud through our value-add reseller partners in the marketplace.
You came to Enterprise Connect to make two, well, I'd say very significant partnership announcements. Do you want to talk a little bit about those? Absolutely.
One of them we're very excited about is a customer announcement around our enterprise SBC offering. Customer's name is Segway, and we're really excited about that particular deployment because it gives the customer an opportunity to transform their interconnectivity to the PSTN via the traditional PRI model to a SIP trunking model and have tremendous economic benefits around consolidating their operations through the SIP trunking evolution. The other one is the cloud. We have a cloud offering where we have software as a service delivery model by which our solution is sitting in a data center with all the back-end networking and storage and security and the full wrapper around the UC capability available. And then we enable our value-add resellers to white label the solution and bring that forward. One of the value-add resellers who picked us up and pulled us into their mainstream offering is Arrow S3. We're really excited about that opportunity. They have branded their offering as Synapse out in the marketplace.
Now, Andy, let me be honest with you. There's a lot of vendors here who say much of the same thing, that they offer premise, off-premise, cloud-based, hybrid services with a high number of nines reliability. What would you say is the thing that differentiates you from the rest of the players?
That's a great question. You know, one of our approach to UC is very disruptive. The way we are looking at UC is really making it as a platform. And when you fundamentally take a look at what happened to the industry over the last couple of years, you know, the reason why UC hasn't taken off is because it's a standalone siloed application. And what we have done is taken UC and integrated that into the actual workflow. So it could be, you know, a healthcare environment, and you have integration that's needed into electronic medical records, and you don't want to launch another UC client, you want to embed UC into their workflow. Or it could be within Salesforce, where you want to be able to do click-to-dial from Salesforce and be able to have a full communication session embedded into that particular workflow. So the way we have taken a look at UC is taking away from the monolithic architecture that the typical vendors on the show floor are providing, creating an open UC environment, very similar to what iTunes and Apple have done, is take a platform approach, expose via REST APIs, which is what 20-year-old kids out of college are coding into, let them build these applications which are highly verticalized that integrate into the specific workflows. And we have WebRTC and HTML5, we view the proliferation on the client side is going to be even much more pervasive. So between what we have done as a carrier-grade UC platform that opens up via REST APIs a whole ecosystem of developers that can develop these highly verticalized applications which are embedded into the UC workflow, into the actual workflow of the enterprise customers, and in the delivery model via REST and WebRTC and HTML5, you know, we think we've got a very disruptive solution in the marketplace. It's going to redefine this landscape. Yeah. And to us, cloud is a delivery model. Now, whether it's on-prem, whether it's cloud, it's really a delivery and a packaging exercise. And what we have done with the software as a service is of ours don't need to invest 10 million bucks to go build out a cloud. They just take ours, white label it, package their offerings, and bring it to the marketplace. And what we've done with Arrow and with our Synapse offering that Arrow has, we've actually proven out that model. So really excited about it. It's very disruptive, and we're getting quite a few customer attention and VAR attention towards the solution.
It sounds like you've really developed the single pane of glass for unified communications. It's the playground into which you put all your other applications, all the other tools that you need for whatever business that you're running. Is it really that flexible? I mean, can I really build it to suit whatever enterprise I currently have?
It is. I'll give you, and to further accelerate that ecosystem, we've created a community of folks called Innovation Exchange, and it's not your typical interconnect type of IoTs that a lot of the other vendors are providing, and it's not even an app exchange type of a model like what Salesforce and so forth, what we have done. We've really created a community where people can come in and innovate and collaborate to go develop specific verticalized applications for actual customer pain points. And I'll give you an example. We had one customer who had 500,000 agents and distribution out there, and their biggest pain was the entire transaction was done on the web, but whenever they had an issue, they had to pick up the phone and dial an 800 number for help. Whenever they dialed the 800 number, the enterprise actually had to pick up the cost. Well, what we did is embedded UC into the workflow, created a WebRTC button that was plugged right into the workflow, so whenever they had an issue, they clicked it, and now they had a voice path, video path, and IM path going back to the contact center. So it is that simple. It is that simple to take that solution and plug it into that workflow.
It would seem to me that this is where all vendors need to head. They can't just rely on having one application for this and one application for that, and you jump into their UC client and then jump into the collaborative software and then jump into your own database. At some point, the survivors in this field are going to have to give you that one-stop shop, that place that you do business, which will include UC. So my question to you is, where do you see this moving in 5 years? At Enterprise Connect here in Orlando, in 5 years, what do you expect the landscape to look like?
I think the ones who are not going to be able to open up their platform because they're very monolithic will become the dinosaurs. They will become extinct. The folks who are going to be able, and then you got another class of players out there who come from a high school experiment project, and they want to open up the APIs and let people go develop applications, but they will not be able to create the security wrapper, compliance wrapper, regulatory wrapper, carrier-grade requirements around it to make it go prime time. And what we have done is really create a cross-section of both. We've started with a carrier-grade, scalable SIP engine in place. I mean, our largest deployment in Korea is 2 million lines. Right. 2 million lines on one of our systems, right? We've got 16 million SIP lines that are out in production today. Right, so we've probably got the largest footprint of SIP lines that are out there in the marketplace. So we've taken that pedigree, we pulled together a carrier-grade engine, and then we opened it up. Right. So the folks who are not going to be able to keep up with that are going to be left behind. And because, quite frankly, the customers are looking for UC to solve problems, not to become just another application.
Well, thank you very much for spending time with us to share your vision of the future. Now, if they wanted to find more information about GENBAND on the internet, where should they go?
They should go to www.genband.com.
Again, good show to you, and best of luck to GENBAND and a very interesting disruptive vision. I'm Father Robert, and we'll get back to you from Enterprise Connect 2013.